If you've played Minecraft, you've probably built a house, got a cute dog, and then got bored and let the world collect dust. Well, thankfully I don't collect pets in my worlds, but I have had multiple servers where I haven't finished a base idea. So with the years of building experience since that's passed, today I'm going to go back to a world and fulfill my original vision for the base. I was going to upgrade 3 worlds in this video, but I put so much into the first one that I couldn't, so just know you're in for a banger. Welcome to restoring my lost bases. So the first world is going to be Miafk Origins. Elephant in the room, yeah, it was an Origins server where we had superpowers, but I'm not adding that back. And also I have no armor, but don't worry, because in every world I did leave myself a tool set. This one was one of our longer worlds that ended in summer, hence the Winter Wonderland. No, obviously it ended in Christmas. This is the spawn area, that was the exact spawn. In fact, it's a bit weird at this spawn. Everything is built up to one layer. We in fact have our first base, which is behind me, and it's one of the coolest bases on the server. No, I didn't just try and fly towards it and get lost. I know where my base is, and I'm definitely not going to go take the nether hub to it. Anyway, the nether hub. This is a project that took me a while. It's on top of the nether roof, and it connects a lot of bases together, but all these resources took me ages, and I think I was just feeling ill one week and grinded it out. Honestly don't know. Look, we step through this portal. We land in Eden, which this center bit beneath me is my area, and this insane bit, which definitely overshadows my bit, is Eli's area. The original idea was to have a little landmass here that had a visitors area, and then these big biodomes that were inspired by the Eden project here in England. But after I built the original camp, I kind of just descended into a medieval village, and then a modern village, and then like a semi and postmodern village, and like an industrial thing. Why did I build an industrial thing 20 meters away from a medieval house? I actually really like this house, to be honest with you. I've made some questionable decisions in my building, and some exotic ones. There's nether brick over there, which I don't think works, but like endstone here does work. We also have this fake river, which wasn't actually here in the first place. And this river and this mountain was probably my... Did I just say mountain? I called it a mountain back in the day, and they were definitely my first pieces of terraforming, but this is tiny. Eli did this at the time, and my building style now is a lot more on this lines, and I built a good couple mountains, so I guess I'm going to have to compensate with that. Well, look, giving these buildings a little bit of a refresh and an interior is something I want to do, but I actually want to fulfill the original goal with this base and have biodomes around here. Ignore that, ignore that. There definitely wasn't like a mini war in the middle of the season that completely blew up a big donut ring underneath my base. Yeah, I want to update and fulfill that original idea. There's some really cute houses and buildings. Like, if we've got a surplus of resources, this is my little bedroom. Why is this my storage setup? The other thing we're going to need is probably glass. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of glass, and I've got 64. Brilliant. I'm going to grab a bunch of shulker boxes, but I think filling this amount of boxes up should definitely get us at least started, so I'm going to do that. No, I just finished the clip, man. Why are you You're gonna ruin like the intro to the montage. So I started the villager trading, and it was a lot of it. I was here at one of the biggest bases in the server for a good couple real life days. No, that's not depressing, shut up. I was getting all the stone and iron I could, trading it in for emeralds, and then using that to get glass, and decided I'd need a good couple shulker boxes. And then I decided, hold on, I should get a specific number. So I went into a creative world, and where I normally wing my builds, these are spheres, and they're massive, so I'm using a blueprint mod called Lightmatica to help me out. I don't really understand how World Edit works, so it took me a minute to make these white spheres with some trellising on the side. I had 3 sizes, but the biggest one actually encompassed the entire base, which although would have been funny, I am not committing to that now. So I finished up getting a good couple shulker boxes of glass, some concrete, and some quartz, and then I was almost ready to start building. Okay, I think I've got all the resources I need for the domes. Not for inside the domes, that's going to be a bunch of terraforming materials. But as you can see, there is a lot of land that the domes still cover, and I could definitely work it in and just have half of it be on a ledge, but I don't really want to do that. So for this one I've got to tear away some land, but for this one on the other side of the river I've got to place some land. So first step, resource gathering. Second step, let's clear out this land. Okay, so I've kind of cleared out the area. There was a couple mountains to clear. This area is still very messy, but I cleared out this area, extended a little platform, filled in some river for all the buildings, made that a little bit bigger. So yeah, we've got the space for these 3. I'm going to have like a bridge, but that can be an entrance, and then same with here. I've got to get building the domes themselves. terraforming was only wasn't even half of it. Terraforming was only a third of it. Look, shut up. I don't care that there's terraforming over there. This is basic level terraforming. It looks awful because it's very flat, but when the domes are in it and the multiple layers of biomes inside of it, it's gonna look better, okay? I hope. I'm coping. Look, I'm just gonna get in cracking with the like 7,000 glass I need to place. I think it might be more, so yeah, let's do that. It was indeed a lot of glass, but like I said earlier, I have the Lightmatica mod helping me to easily place it because there's some weird shapes in this, and this took me a good while, but it would have taken me an even better while if I had done it all by hand. I do think the domes came out looking good. A little context behind this all is I actually went to the Eden Project when I was a kid, and there were these massive rainforests, and it felt like you were truly inside a different country that wasn't the rugged depths of England, where once you stepped out it was all rainy and moggy. But I'm happy to see the vision slowly come to light here. Okay, I have finished the domes. 3 domes. I guess they look shockingly basic, even though they're not. But yeah, I've got a good amount of glass left for whatever reason. But I'm gonna have a path coming through here. This is gonna be, I was gonna say 1, but I think a couple, maybe 3 biomes in here, and have this be a smaller one. I actually think it really balances stuff out nicely because having these with the biodomes, it makes this make more sense, and it makes the village look slightly less out of place because it's next to this big project. Before I make the custom interiors of biomes in these buildings, I want to just spruce up these a bit, but I can absolutely do some interiors for these buildings because what is this? My biggest pet peeve is when you fill in windows and stuff with black wool. I absolutely hate it. So I'm just going to fill in these apartment blocks in the factory with basic but needed interiors. But yeah, let's get cracking. Ooh, Leon, where's the cute music? I want another time lapse. No you don't, there's too many. Watch this. Bing, bang, bong, scene shot, back to me. Okay, I've dealt with the interiors to a degree. They're quite small buildings. This apartment complex has 2 rooms. I don't really mind if there's not a lot in these places, as long as there's something that isn't just pure black. Like this is a very like depressing office building, I guess. Probably should have put something there, but this like really colourful building, I thought for some reason would just like be where they're storing plants in this depressing office building. I think that the duality of that's really funny. And then finally the factory, which was the weirdest build I've done. Inside, this was just pure black wool. I've added some pipes and some furnaces. I actually have nowhere for furnaces. And then I had these levels as car parks, like when I originally built it 3 years ago. Don't ask me how the car's getting down. I guess this is a more of an elytra car park. And so I can finally work on the final time lapse and get these biodomes done. Let's get cracking. I've done it. Somehow it took a long while, but it doesn't look half bad, does it? In fact, it's even the small details like fixing up the large crater that's surrounding my base and just making it prettier. That's been good. But oh my god, domes, landscaping, bridges, and then inside, mount it. Okay, I'm not gonna do a fast bit for this one because this is the first dome. I've got this like massive oak tree in the middle that I thought would be cool. The shape's a bit weird. But I tried something and the shading because it's just a bit odd, but so would be if I recreated Eli's mountains out there. So that's why I went for my own little mountain style here in Dome 1. It's nothing exotic, but this is a bit of a hill and a cliff. Back in 2021, this was my version of that. I mean, look, it's not a huge difference, but this is just so small and flat. I also just whacked some trees at the end. Yeah, we got a little hill. Thought that was a nice little feature, and these like almost vineyard type trees. And then this area, which is kind of like dedicated to the shrubbery, which I include in a lot of my builds, except not this world. I hadn't come to that technique yet, but you'll probably see that in any world that I have past 1.16. Probably the retrofitted series, which if you haven't checked it out, you really should. Yeah, a little dirt patch, obviously texturing on the path. This bridge is just in the style of that one that you can barely see. And yeah, a little bit updated with some tuff and stuff. I love tuff walls. I've been waiting for these since Tough got introduced. And then in here we've got a good couple biomes. We've got the dark oak as it originally was before I manslaughtered the landscape round here. And then we've got deep slate, cliffs and all these. This is a bit of a plains biome. I thought the deep slate would be fun. Mushroom biome, and obviously there's only a couple biomes and things in each of these. You could probably imagine another couple domes probably out here that just continue the theme, but overall I think if we head out here it's a nice panorama. You've got the city in the middle, Eli stuff to the left, and the Eden domes to the right, which finally make this place complete. So that's all from me. Thanks for watching. Go check out Retrofitted and my other episodes, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and like the video. Have a splendid one, everybody. Bye bye.